Triss could not help Geralt, yet she did direct him to Corrine Tilly, an Oniromancer and an expert at finding the lost and the missing. Guided by Corrine Tilly, the Witcher had a dream. In it, Ciri and I, the bard Dandelion, were reunited. Geralt now knew that to find Ciri, he would first need to find his dear old friend.
Hey there, everyone.
Odd though he is, girls can't seem to look away.
Talking about me, I guess. Welcome back to some more Let's Play The Witcher 3. Alright, so what are we doing? We have to find Whoreson Jr.'s hideout and talk to Vernon Roach in the partisan camp. However, we also need to stick around here for midnight. We don't have enough time to reach Oxenfurt and get back here in time, I think. Where is this bringing me, by the way? Okay, looks like we actually know where his hideout is, or we might suspect heavily where it's located, so we'll follow this trail and see where it takes us. What else do we have to do? Oh, we have the elf we could play in Gwent. He's outside in the bits, if I recall correctly. I'm wondering if it's the cloth merchant we talked to earlier. It'd be interesting if it was. I'm gonna imagine he'll give us a Scoia'tael card, though, as opposed to something else for Northern Realms or our Nilfgaardian army. Kind of wish I could just buy some cards around here somewhere. More than we got right at the moment, and that ones which are Nilfgaardian specific. Might be a shop or two. Of course, we haven't explored all of the map yet. And there's also Skellige that we have not been to. What are you doing?
Tolerance and superstition have always been a fool's ride. I'm knackered.
Good for you, sir. Right, alright, Tim, so we're walking up here. You better talk about something. So I was talking about dungeon games, I think, last time. Maybe I should talk about why I like them so much. It's been a long time since I played them regularly. When I was young, Eye of the Beholder really fascinated me because I loved the 3D-ness of the dungeons. It reminded me of Legend of Black Silver and Legacy of the Ancients and Ultima Underworld, which I really liked. Very much so.
Oh.
And so the idea of managing a party was interesting to me, and especially trying to manage 4 of them at once. I was better at real-time stuff way back when. For the Eye of the Beholder, it was a Dungeons & Dragons thing as well. 2nd edition, best edition, and I liked actually playing the game as well, rather than just DMing the games. I much also liked it a little, well, I guess a little better than Pool of Radiance. The Pool of Radiance games were brutal. Actually, now that I think about it, Eye of the Beholder was pretty brutal. Was pretty brutal too. Level 4 was filled with the horrible spiders. If you got poisoned, there was no stopping your character from dying, because your cleric would be too low level for neutralized poison. There's a lot of priests up in this area. Alright, anyway. The spell system was decent. In fact, you got almost all combat spells. I don't think there was a single identify. Was there identify? Actually, no, there must have been an identify in the game. I remember some of the names of the weapons from the Eye of the Beholder game.
Because this will be a Nilfgaardian city.
Oh wow, lots of people picking their political sides around here. Witch hunters just want to get away from me. I'm looking forward. Yeah, so it'll be fun to play through the game again. I remember it being rather difficult and fighting quite a few creatures that I never had actually encountered in Dungeons & Dragons before, like Kenku or the Thrykeen. This was quite some time ago. Uh-oh. Hello.
All roads lead to Barakum.
I'd expect teeth to go up my arse before I'd expect to find Whoreson hiding in his house.
Cleaver said to be thorough, so we look everywhere. Not to burn the corpses, though. Else the rats.
Nothing interesting here.
Oh, wow. Looks like Whoreson's troops picked up a bigger fight here. We got the dwarves lying around. Hello. You guys won't mind if I loot all the crystallized essence from this location. There you go. We'll make it a little brighter for you guys. You can do a little bit of searching for yourself as well. I don't see anything else down here that's into... Oh, we got this.
Hired a witcher as my debt collector.
I guess we're going upstairs.
Find any work here, Witcher?
I can find plenty of work. We're actually been hired already to locate where Horson is. So this was the last location we could have gone to search for things, I think. I'm sorry, this was among the locations.
Dwarves were thorough as debt collectors. Didn't leave a scrap.
We found plenty of gear downstairs, though, for us and components. That'll make up for what they took for money. Raspberry juice? Who would leave raspberry juice lying around? It seems... I don't know. It's not as bad as leaving alcohol, but it's still, you know, delicious. Hello.
Place has been scrubbed clean.
Okay, well, the only place left now would be Vernon Roach. We're out of leads. We didn't find any other information, though that is useful if we can actually locate him. We might as well search out this entire place of everything. We're not going to come back here, and it's free stuff.
My mind's like war. Never know when you're done for. Piss off. Can't you see I'm fucking busy?
I can, yes. Yes, that was rotting flesh we picked up. You never know when you might need some of that. This is terrible. Alright, that's the place cleaned out. Looks like the dwarves have cleaned out the rest. Now where? I guess we can play the elf in Gwent. Yeah, we'll play the elf in Gwent. We'll walk there on screen. We can talk more about Eye of the Beholder series and stuff like that. Yeah, so I really liked them. I liked having to make the maps from a long time ago and document everything. It was really helpful anyway. I had gotten used to doing so back when I had played The Legend of Black Silver, eventually.
Find any work here?
And so, yeah, it was it wasn't too difficult to make one. Even though it was real-time,
Sleep, sleep, sleep.
I think you could still pause the game by bringing up the main menu anyway. Yeah, but the game was brutal. At least the first Eye of the Beholder. I remember the second one as well. That had Keldon, I think Keldon Blackstaff was the main wizard who gave you the quest to stop this this mage. I don't want to ruin it for you, so I'm not going to say anything else. But it was also very difficult. There was one stage where there were these pressure plates, you know, just like in Legend of Grimrock or what have you, and you had to get creatures to stand on them to activate doors. And those creatures were Gorgons, Medusa, basically. That was a very dangerous puzzle. And you could kill them, but they'd respawn as well. You could farm it for experience, but getting turned to stone was not so easy to unstone yourself unless your cleric or mage had stone to flesh mesmerized. Even then, you weren't able to rest in that location. And the way that 2nd edition works for Dungeons & Dragons is that you only got spells back after resting for at least 4 hours. Then plus, I think it was 15 minutes per level of the spell you needed to recover. So it could take you a long time. You had to make sure you were perfectly safe for resting for that game. I remember the dungeon sounds, the little sounds of dripping stuff from in the sewers, and the sounds of Thrykean and spiders, the creaking of the spiders' legs walking around in the 4th dungeon level. The Thrykean much lower, with the chirping of some insects or something down there. That was good times. And you could import your characters to the next game. So it was one of those, which I always like those types of games. And you could even keep your equipment. That was something, well, I guess quite a few games did that. I remember the first Pool of Radiance game series, though, did not do that. From Pool of Radiance to Curse of the Azure Bonds, and I think, Hillsfar was the next one? You did not get to import any of your weapons, just your character stats. Which could work in your favor, because the game only looked at your stats to determine what they were. And I think you get like a Gauntlets of Ogre Strength, which give you a strength of 19. And that, when you import the character from Game 1 to Game 2, the game mistakenly believed that your hero had the 19 strength, and it wasn't given to you from the Gauntlets. Oh, what the heck am I... What am I doing? You should map the correct quest, Tim. Here you are just walking around. All right, we want... this is not something we'll be doing quite yet. We have to be there at midnight. Oh, I failed to meet the doors outside the arena. I guess we can go back and talk to Cleaver again. Yeah, we didn't win the unique card from the Baron. Oh, there's still people in Velen we should play. Okay, we'll do that later. Where's the, Is it high stakes? No. Big city players. Okay, good. We're going the right direction anyway. What else did the game Beholder feature? It featured all the puzzles that you see in most of these games now. Timed fireballs to get them into certain circles. Getting creatures onto pressure plates to activate things. Throwing things on pressure plates. Teleporters that bring you to other groups of teleporters that bring you to other groups of teleporters. So you need to mark all of them to figure out where you need to step to make it any further through the maze. Roundabouts, so areas of the dungeon where you step on them and suddenly it rotates you around quickly. You have to notice that your vision has changed and you're actually facing 180 or something like that. All that good stuff was in the game. It also featured a few insta-death scenarios. I remember in the second game, at one point, you're told that you need to kill yourself, and that the Keldon will keep you intact, and it's the only way to make any progress. And if you do that, if you let yourselves be killed, you're actually dead. It was a trick. So I totally fell for that the first time.
I'm dying of poverty.
What else was there for the Beholder series? When I had first played through the game, actually, I suppose I should say whenever I played through the game in the past, we're talking many, many years ago, I didn't use the square dancing. I actually would stand still and fight the creatures in front of me, as opposed to doing what you should be doing, which is moving the whole group around, twisting, turning, moving, not letting them get attacks in on you. So I plan to try the square dancing this time around. It might make the game significantly easier, especially against spiders. Oh my goodness. Remember, lots of resting. The game does trivialize a few things, though, for the Eye Beholder series. Your cleric will learn a spell, Create Food, and that makes it so you never need to carry food rations on you ever again. And dare I say, that makes the cleric indispensable to your adventuring group. What was the big differences between the first and second one? Most of the creatures were different, if not all of them, if I recall correctly. The puzzles were harder in the second one as well, compared to the first one. And I think the second one was also longer and featured more, I'll call them cutscenes, in the game as well. The first one only had the beginning cutscene, and maybe there was an ending cutscene as well. But I can't remember very well the ending there. It's been a long time. Your boss at the end of the first one was a beholder, if I recall correctly. And yes, it has all the special eye powers that beholders have. A beholder is a floating... I don't know how to describe it. It's like a... Imagine like a ball. Big ball. Like a very, very large beach ball. Give it various eye stalks, top of its head, each of which has an eye, different eye on it. I think there's like 12 eyes total coming off the top of it. And then one big eye in the middle of it, and a big tooth-filled mouth, and it levitates itself around. I guess if you watched Big Trouble in Little China, it's like that one creature from that. The eye spying thing. And so, yeah, it's very dangerous. All the front eye stops you from using any magic powers, immediately cancels them, and also negates any magic equipment you have. It takes away their magic as long as it's looking at you. And its other eyes on top of it have different effects. Instantly petrify you, kill you outright, do lots of damage, hold you in place, charm you. It's a nightmarish creature to fight. I don't think I've ever sprung one on my group, because I don't see how the players would be able to defeat it. That was back, of course, when I was playing, being a DM.
Who kisses your ass today will bite it tomorrow.
Hey there, handsome.
Hello! Alright, where are we going? So, outside to meet the elf. We'll call Roach to us once we make it out there.
Eternal fire.
Oh, I wonder what game they're playing. That requires cards and dice. Maybe they're using some advanced... Oh! I was like, that mouse is on fire. Oh, right. We put that on fire. That was the barracks for the witch hunters.
My dad doesn't like elves very much. Are you an elf?
Nope.
Careful, you scamp. This is no regret.
I serve the eternal fire.
Village.
All right, we made it back out to the bits. Let's give Roach a call. Been a long time. All right, Roach.
Hey, yeah.
Let's head on out. Try to figure out where we're going. I would be very surprised if it's not the elfin seamstress, Taylor, that we met before. Oops, sorry about that, everyone. My laundry's going off, and it's going to be making my screen a little shaky, I think. Is it down this way? Oh, it seems a lot nicer out here than in the city, but I'm not a city person.
Death awaits us all.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, oh! It's an actual Scoia'tael band, not a member in the bits. I don't know if the Scoia'tael will be happy to see me. We didn't side with them before. That's a lot of wargs and wolves. I'm not gonna let the elves here die.
Life.
Oh, good shots. They actually killed it, I think. Come on, Roach. Let's get going. They got the situation under control now. I'm not hostile to the elves. I just don't agree with their terrorism. It's not going to solve anything. It's going to... Well, then again, it's so complicated. Let's get up here and play a game of Gwent. Try to leave the Scoia'tael alone. I'm going to assume that they'll not be hostile to me.
Greetings.
It's you! I'll never forget you. I must thank you once more.
Be glad to glance at what you're selling.
Alright, some actual stuff. What is he buying from us, first off? He's buying food, but not at good prices. But I don't need the raw meat. Let's vendor that at least. He will not buy any of the quest items. We don't need that, though. Can vendor all that stuff. What's this? Potion vial. Is he buying... Oh, he's buying all the ingredients, huh? Do we have anything left over that we can vendor to him? Wow. He doesn't have a lot of money, though, so he's not going to be able to buy too much of this stuff from us. I was going to sell him 2 of that anyway. What is he selling? Runestones. Chance to freeze. Bleeding. You should know that he's selling all the good runestones here. We'll take an elf book. Why not? We'll give back some of that cash. What is this? Oh, a better weapon. 3 levels higher, 23 extra damage. However, I think next level we're going to be able to use the Griffin, enhanced Griffin weapon. So I don't think I need to spend $1,000 here. We could easily get that money back, but I think we'll be fine. And we'll have, again, a better, the enhanced Griffin weapon, so I don't need Tolan. Shame I can't see what this looks like. How would I do that? I don't want to accidentally buy it. Exquisite honey. That sounds delicious. So I'm not seeing anything else I'm really interested in. I might... Well, I guess we could buy some of these. Lesser runestone. We'll take that. Gwent sign intensity, plus 10%. Attack power. We'll get an attack power one. Churnbog. And now that we've given him some money, let's try to get a little bit of that back. We don't need all of this saltpeter. Under 18 of that, we can sell him 7 dog tallows. Foglet teeth. We can sell 4 of this. I think we'll sell him a single wyvern egg. And then what? Oh, wow. We have lots of Necker eyes. We can sell him 14 of those. Neckers are easy to farm. Wow, we have dragon scales. Good for us. That should be good. We earned back most of that cash. Oh, a 10% sign. So they do keep getting better. Okay, we'll have to keep our eye open for more of those then.
You know me? Where from?
We met long ago in Broccolon.
Possible, but can't say I remember.
No surprise, you were badly wounded then. If not for the Dryad's care, it's unlikely you would have survived.
Long time ago. So long it feels like it happened in another life. Maybe that's not so far from the truth. You play Gwent?
Do you really have no one else to play with?
Always nice to play someone new.
Fine, beggars can't be choosers after all. I'll play you, and even stake one of my unique cards.
Pull out your cards.
I kind of feel like Geralt should be putting up a unique card, or at least one of his cards. And when someone checks his original deck and be like, wow, you don't have any unique cards? Like, you get sent to some place where you get a handful of uniques, try to make a good deck, and then you can slowly lose them over time. Now, this doesn't seem fair that not only do we win money sometimes, but we win a powerful card. Like, that's really flipping good. Alright, can I get rid of Deathbolt? No, we need to have another card. How many range do I have now? 2 ranged? Let's take another melee. Where is Vesemir? Actually, we should get rid of Silent de Tarnisville. And take back Deathmold, because he was a 6, right? I don't think we need a second Biting Frost now. Instead we'll take a second Impenetrable Fog? Might be useful against Scoia'tael. Alright! We got what I think we need. Let's do this. Fog, Commander's Horn, Siege Expert, 1 Spy, 1 ranged. Oh, we have quite a few ranged, actually. I wouldn't mind having more not ranged. Or Yennefer is a gold card, and I believe she will be immune to the fog. So let's drop Kara Metz, as cute as she is. we get a Blue Stripes Commando. Can we maybe get another one of them? I'll have to get lucky to do so. I don't think I want to get rid of my Commander's Horn. We'll keep everything else we got. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Rank 1 ranged. You going to do this right now, Tim? Right away? Play him? Yeah, we'll do that. I'll probably play the Fog card this round. Let's play a Catapult. Torrential Rain, good for him. Let's play Dykstra. Ah, he's going to play Dykstra instead now. Good for him. We'll play the PFI and see what he decides to do next. Probably play Dykstra. Yep, I'm fine with that. Not going to have to be. Let's take away his... I wouldn't mind getting another card out of him. We're winning right now. Let's Commander's Horn right now. This seems like a good chance to play our Measurable Fog now. Oof. He has, wow, he has Siri? Well, I'll be glad to have that card out of his hand. We could play one more card and get him to play another one. Let's do that. You know what? We'll play one more. I really like the Commander's Horn up here. It'll keep doubling all our cards. Scorch. Alright, glad to have one of them out of his deck right now, though. We could put it back into play again by using Yennefer. Oh, he doesn't have anything in his deck. Let's get it back into play. I suspected he'd had another one. We could get him into play again if I wanted to. He probably just has cards that let him take other cards out of this, so I would like to keep going. I think he's got a bunch of resurrection cards left. No, we'll be done. We'll make him play one more card. He'll have to do so anyway if he wants to win. Oh, he had a Commander's Horn, so, okay. Oof. Yeah, he has resurrection cards. That's what he's got. Oh, no, that was a beefy card. Okay, well, I'm glad he doesn't have anyone up here that it can help. We need to win this, Tim. So you need to play someone who's not Dijkstra. Your last card better be phenomenal. It is. But I can beat that. Like, right, I can't take, whatchamacallit, Yennefer out of this. Even if I can only play this card left, my winning this round would let me draw a card next round, and I would win. He is completely out of cards. And we also had our faction ability, too.
Damn it all, I'd so hoped for victory. Alas, so be it. We've won the card fair and square.
Thank you. Take care, sir. Oh, we did gain Cerelia. Wow.
Partisans.
Did we earn 2 cards? It looked like we did. Oops, where's our Gwent deck? Wow. I bet you she works for every single army. So I don't need Death Mold. I like Kira. I want to leave Kira in the deck. And we can probably add Cirilla to that. Yep, Cirilla can be added to every single deck. Wow. That is ridiculously strong. I think we earned another Scoia'tael card in addition to her, did we? No, we did not. Was it Northern Realms? Oh, Northern Realms is my normal army. Not a monster. Not a Nilfgaard. Okay, nope. Roach! This is so difficult. Alright, so... we're not going to Skellige. Not next, at least. Talk to Vernon Roach in a partisan group. Be arranged place. This is what I want to do. Oh, Vernon Roach has a unique card as well. Okay, so we'll try to do that. I don't think there's... I guess we can go back and talk to Cleaver. Gives us something to do and clears out another quest. I don't want him to know that he's working for... Oh, actually, well, we did already tell Bedlam or Dijkstra. So... see you, Mr. Wolf. I guess it can't hurt. Oh, that's a bit awkward underwater. Oh, people screaming because of the wolf. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
All right. So what are you going to talk about, Tim? You talk more about Beholder, or you want to move on to a different game? I guess. Well, I talked a lot about how much I like Beholder. We should probably point out a few of the problems with the game too. What I can remember at least.
Come on now.
So the game's old. It's an old game. So it's not going to look the best. It's not going to look as pretty as Grimrock looks or anything of the sort. The leveling up fighters is kind of boring. The only thing they do is get slightly better at hitting things and gain more hit points. It's not like in some other games where you gain special abilities or anything of the sort. And to my knowledge, weapons don't have any special powers either. They're just weapons. They do damage. The end. You don't get any special, like... Oh, you might get a weapon that can return to your hand after throwing it. But that would probably be about it. I can't think of anything else special.
All of civilization, moral decay.
I've had enough of living.
What else is there? The game is tough. Some bits of it, again, I'm looking at you, level 4, but the spiders, if a single spider hits you and you're poisoned, you might as well reload, because you're losing that person to death. I think it actually is true to the 2nd edition complete rule set, which is to say that demi-humans cannot raise above a certain level, so know that before you actually were to play one of them. And if your character dies, they have to be resurrected. There's no crystal to automatically resurrect you. And if a character gets resurrected, they lose 1 point of constitution permanently. There's only a certain number of times they can be resurrected before it will never work on them again. And even casting resurrection might not resurrect that person, even the first time. So you might have to keep making the attempt. What else is there for it? There's no auto map. So you're going to have to take out graph paper or print something. I bet you people have all the maps online. So you could just go online, find the maps, and print them, or bookmark the pages. The Golden Sturgeon. Did we step in this place and do this yet? Oh, we did. Everything on the mission board is already read. Anything else bad? The spell system is a bit clunky. Mages are not very good until much later on in the game, when they can actually learn a few powerful spells. And even then, once you run out of them, you gotta rest, which is not that easy to do in the dungeons, depending upon where you are. So it's not like you recover mana like in all these other games these days. You have a certain number of selection of spells, and once you're out, you gotta rest again. You will definitely need a group with at least 1 cleric, I would hazard a guess, just because they can create food, and that lets you play the game, make mistakes, and not starve to death in it. Alright, hold on. We're here at Cleaver's.
Oh, it's piss.
What do you want?
What can you tell me about Junior?
Aiming to write his biography. Put his dad in it. Horson, son of Horson. Great title.
I'm all ears.
Horson Sr. was the most ruthless man I've ever met. Unmatched at blackmail, murder and hustling. Word is, he had a line on the hierarchy himself. Junior inherited all his gaffer's traits except one, his love of poetry. Senior was on his way to an evening recital when Junior killed him. Then he promptly took over all his dear daddy's businesses and contacts.
Helped your dwarves at the casino.
Aye, not the arena though. Had to invite themselves in. Not what we agreed. But Cleaver's a dwarf both loyal and fair. Anyone would tell you that. Give half the help, get half the reward.
Fair enough, sir. Sorry about that. I completely forgot. Two experience points. And 150 crowns instead of 300. We don't need the money any longer. Well, at least not at the moment. Remember that 10% rune was 1,900 crowns, so we might end up needing this money as we go forward. Ah, look at you, sir. You're gesturing to me, I suppose. There's no one else in the streets.
Right one. Take a gander over it. Come one, come all.
I can take a gander, but I can't purchase anything, sir. Alright. Oh, well, no, Tim. You're not going to Skellige. Are there any other quests to do? I guess we can make our way over there and then rest. We'll wait till close to midnight and then see who shows up. We also have Triss. We should talk to her. I think we have 2 opportunities to talk to her now. So we can do that probably in the next video. Right. What else is there to talk about, Tim? What else? What other negatives were there about Eye of the Beholder? Not much. I mean, if you don't like the grid combat, you won't like the Eye of the Beholder game, I suppose. And you have to run it in the emulator, to my knowledge. I have it from GOG. I think Steam might have a version of it as well, but I tended to buy older games on good old games when possible. I like splitting my money to different digital distributors. when Stardock used to have their own thing, I think it was called Impulse. I had quite a few games on that as well. And then I think GameSpot took it over and it transferred most of my games over to Steam rather than maintain that just digital distribution center themselves. It's a shame, actually. Oh well, too late now. I can't really fault the Stardock. I still like most of Stardock's games. Only one on their side I disliked was Fallen Enchantress. Such a shame about that one too. Wonder if that game's gotten any better since I last played it a few years ago. All right, what are we doing, Tim? Oh, they're in the bits. They're out in the bits. Okay. We are not close. Oh, we're nowhere near leveling up. We're about 1/3 of the way through. All right, what's we talk about? So, well, let's talk about another dungeon game then while we're waiting.
That's just talk.
Yeah, that's what I plan on doing, just talking. So, we've got Vaporum, which I mentioned. I beat it, actually. I have a playlist of that on my channel. Mutant.
Does he tend to lose?
That was adorable. Do you tend to lose the swords? Is that why you have two? Well, not really. Look how magnificent that one weapon is that you're carrying. That looks amazing. I'll have to hold on to this one. All right, so Vaporum is I will say, is the funnest or most challenging, there we go, of the grid-based dungeon crawls I've played. The combat is amazing. It is very, very difficult. However, you can find yourself in a situation where you have to start all over. There's no way to heal yourself beyond... Well, there's a few level up quirks you can take to give yourself a percentage of life. There is a trinket or a gadget you can use to drain life from your enemies. But there's no other normal way to... Well, and there are repair kits. But there's a limited number of repair kits in the game, plus a limited number of enemies. If you take too much damage, you might run out of repair kits. And I like the game. It is really difficult.
Okay. Why, okay?
I like elf voices. Oh, I hope that poor lady gets better. Alright, we're outside. I guess we're just gonna wait. We can, I suppose, remake all our potions and bombs and what have you as well.
It's a rank.
Oh, that sucks.
Welcome.
I guess most people didn't have deodorant back then. Oh my god, that would stink.
Hey, look at this one.
Look at you just marching around talking about other people. Look at you just strutting. Oh, this is very pretty. I think we'll rest right here. Okay, we've got what looks like about maybe 8 hours. So we want to meditate till 11. As for our inventory, we won't take the grape shot. If we get attacked, it's likely to be by other people, I would imagine. So we'll grab a poison. Actually, the Solemn will work.
Now just to hide and wait. Blind man would even spot me here. Behind the door. Best place to hide. Classic.
We shut the door? No, can't shut the door. Alright, let's see who it is soon. Yep, got 48 minutes. We should keep talking about Vaporum. Yeah, the combat is grueling. Even when I know what's coming up, like I know there's an ambush, it's still difficult to maneuver around it such that you don't need repair kits. Oh, leveling up immediately heals you to full. and gets all your magic, or energy, sorry, replenished to full as well. My biggest gripe about that game is that the final boss feels like she has a little too much life, and there's no way to quickly wait for your energy to regen. So that means that even if you're not a gadgeteer, or the equivalent of a spellcaster in that game, you do want all of your energy restored after you finish a combat area. You do not want to do any exploring without it, because if worst comes to worst, you're going to need to drain life, or pop up a decoy, or cast a spell on you or around you to damage the enemy or improve yourself. I kind of wish there was a button that would let you just instantly recover it all. But on that same note, I suppose you don't need the magic. It does make it, unless you're a gadgeteer, it makes it very helpful though. Gadgeteers themselves can take points into this one trait, which lets them more quickly regenerate their energy. I suppose you could, there is no class in that game. Well, there's the starting suit, which determines what type of class you're aiming towards. However, you could take a magic suit and then take a bunch of tanky outfits. It's hard to explain how it works unless you played it, but you can kind of multi-class, as it were, in the game if you're willing to do it. What is it about that game? The atmosphere is fantastic. The voice acting isn't that bad. And the story is okay. I liked how it ended very much. I won't ruin it for you. The secrets are very difficult to find. I actually had to look up, I think, 3 or 4 of them out of the, I think, like 30 or 40 something secrets that were in the game. I would scour the walls for hours in the game off screen looking for those secrets. It was wonderful. Put on a podcast or some music and just look at rivets, and even then I couldn't find them all. That was, I think there were 2 secrets I didn't find, and 4 I looked up to see where they were located, because I feel like there's a secret in this area, I'm not leaving till I find it. I couldn't find it. I was like, ah, crap, we're looking it up. Instead. The monsters were really difficult. None of them felt too cheesy either, but the game demands a good deal from you. You must be good at the grid combat and avoiding damage wherever possible. If you're not good at that, the game's not for you. It demands almost perfection from you. It's amazing. I love that stuff. Alright, we got 6 minutes left as I use a toothpick. Yep. Ah. Think they're in here?
Triss? How'd you know to... Dijkstra, huh?
None other. I couldn't resist. Really want to see this through to the end.
Perfect place for a tryst. With Triss.
Mm-hmm. Ceilings collapsed, mold on the walls, mouse droppings in the corner. Lips almost pucker on their own.
Shh. He's coming. Hide.
Menge.
Indisposed. Very indisposed.
I don't know who you are, but you're in deep. Shit right up to your nostrils.
You're in deeper, I assure you. But answer our questions and we'll help you get out.
The answer to each question will be the same. Sod off.
That's no way to talk to a lady.
To a lady, I never. But to a witch.
You can. Wouldn't recommend it, though. Had enough?
Fuck off. I can take this.
Of course you can. But I'm just getting started. You must be thinking, this can't possibly hurt any worse. Oh, it can.
Enough!
So, gonna talk?
Yes! Yes! Just tell me what the fuck about!
Where'd Menge hide Sicky Reuven's treasure?
I haven't a clue.
You realize one word and you'll howl with pain again.
Yeah, and yet I still say I don't know a thing. Does that make you think?
Think he's telling the truth?
Ugh, looks like it.
We're looking for Dandelion. We know Menge captured him.
Right. That's what this is all about. A fucking minstrel! You might have said so from the start. Before you bloody started mucking my mind with magic. I can't believe it. For a miserable sap like that.
Get to the point.
Dandelion is on Temple Isle. In the dungeon beneath the shrine. Menge's planning to execute him in Oxenfurt. Positively spectacular.
Afraid you'll have to call off the show.
How can we free Dandelion?
Those who leave Temple Isle do so only on Menge's orders. Issued in person.
Damn it.
We'll find a way. I have an idea. Tell you later.
Pure curiosity. Who do you work for?
I won't say. No way.
Sure about that?
Radovid. I work for Radovid.
Enough. We've learned everything we wanted to.
Glad to hear it. Can I assume we can put this unfortunate incident behind us and...
Not so fast. Geralt.
I know. He's seen too much.
But why? I told you. I'll never...
Either he dies, or I wipe his mind.
Strip him of his memory.
But I helped you. I helped...
It's not so bad, I promise.
Peacefully and gay.
How do you feel?
Base. Cruel. Vile. I could go on. But I need to get out of here. Now. Go home. Bathe. Then drink myself to oblivion.
Walk you home?
Not today, Geralt. Not today. But there is one other thing I wanted to talk about. So, mind coming by later? Menge's dead, true, but that hardly marks the end of my troubles.
Said you had an idea about freeing Dandelion.
Yes. We know he's on the island, and he'll stay there until Menge orders him transferred to Oxenfurt, right?
Mm-hmm. Problem is, Menge's dead. So...
No one else knows that. He could have escaped the fire. He could reappear. Him or someone very, very similar.
A Doppler?
Mm-hmm. Your old friend Dudu Biberveld impersonated the halfling merchant. Dandelion claimed he seemed more real than the original. So much so, Vivaldi gave him a loan of several 1,000 crowns without batting an eye.
Yeah, except Dudu's in hiding right now. Priscilla might know something, though.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, I was gonna open. I was like, she seems confused. Poor Hunter. God, I hate torture, and I'm glad to know that Triss does as well. Alright, the rest of us can stay. Oh, except for this. Oh, Temerian Rye. Wow, that's amazing. We'll take that file too. Alright. I didn't want to kill him. That's not right at all. God, I hate torture so much. Oh my god. Oh, dumplings. Alright. Sorry, torture behind us. We have only a few more minutes, so what do we want to do? What's our quests? I guess what we'll actually do is talk to Vernon Roach. So we'll head on over to Oxenfurt, or to the partisan camp at the very least, and then we'll call the session when we get close to it. Actually, how far away is it? It's not that far. I'm going to estimate 3 hours in-game to reach there. So maybe about like 5-7 minutes, 10 minutes tops. Let's head over there. Yeah, so Vaporum. So I think I mentioned before, last episode, that I'm playing it on Elite mode. Elite mode saves the game only once, at the very beginning of the level. That's it. Let me see if you get. My only problem with that has been that I can't name the save file, which I wish I could because I want to have several characters going at once. Just to, I don't know, I like playing the game multiple times whenever I dust it off and begin playing it. Oh, you want to go this way, map? Really? Oh, this way, okay. Yes, so, it's great. I love it. So I generally don't play a game like with Iron Man on. I prefer to self-impose the limit. But I'll be honest, most times I even self-impose the limit, I'll put an exception or two in. Like, if I was to do an instant death pit puzzle in that game, I would totally quick save before I would do it. Because I wouldn't want to redo 35 minutes of work. Knowing that the game only saves at the beginning of each level, though, that makes it much more risky if I want the reward, the payoff for attempting to do such chambers. It's good. It's very good. I like it. I like it. It's a great game overall. I really like it. The combat, in my opinion, has been the best out of any of these games I've played. The leveling feels fantastic. You feel like you're actually making some meaningful choices here and there. I don't know what's after us, but we're just gonna ignore it.
Stay out of my way.
Yes, sir. I plan on doing that. Yeah, so I guess like my biggest complaint about the Grimrock series is that leveling felt so boring in it. It felt like you were required to put so many points into things, and that was really it. For the most part, it was the characters had their own like personality, or at least I always pretended that they did. And so it was fun to see their story. But the leveling seemed it was pretty much on autopilot for me. I didn't really consider too many deviations from what I would normally place leveling up points in. You need a tank, you need a mage, you need points in certain things to do that. Where are we? We are not where I want to be. Actually, why don't we'll talk to Vernon Roach. See if we can get an appointment with, whatchamacallit. Game, where do you want me to go? Alright, you're gonna go this way. And then we'll also play in the Gwent, and then we'll call this session for today. There's Oxenford in the distance. So again, everyone, for this game, I never played the second one. So I am not too familiar with Mr. Vernon Roach. Other than his card, I think his Gwent card. We're gonna keep on going. Oh, maybe they're inside the structure? No. I don't think the actual rebels, because this is what's left over from the Temerian forces. I don't think they would actually hole up in a house. They'd be in the middle of the woods, or in a cave in the mountains, or something like that. Ah! Exactly what I thought. In a cave in the mountains. And now we can fast travel here.
Now, witches, like...
Looking for Roach.
No one here by that name. Anything else?
I see. And behind you, that's a berry picker's camp?
We're, bird watchers.
Let me guess. That's swords in case you run into a hornbill.
No. Hornbills aren't endemic to this area. Don't migrate here either. You blind, Hortensio? That's Geralt, old friend of mine.
Come in, Geralt.
Ah, the blue stripes.
Geralt of Rivia. Safe and sound.
Vernon Roach, Temeria's last hope.
Laugh all you want. Temeria will rise again.
Roach, I cannot abandon them.
You can and must, because those are your orders.
They'll die, please.
We're done. Dismissed.
Want to play Gwent? Seems like the most awkward time to ask him. Let's ask him this stuff. Ask him about Horson Jr., and then we'll challenge him to Gwent, and then we'll call it.
What do you do here? Hunt Scoia'tael?
You jest, right? Who cares about the Scoia'tael anymore? Temeria. That's what matters.
Fair enough. Yeah, he was the counter-operative for the fight. That's the wrong term to use. He and the Scoia'tael did not see eye to eye, and I thought I might be getting this completely wrong because I didn't play the second game, but I thought the blue stripes were the counter, the foil to the Scoia'tael, trying to match them wherever they were and defeat them.
How'd you wind up here?
Came with the army, of course. Its remnants. When Nilfgaard crossed the Yaruga, I dropped everything. Threw it all away to hell and rode for the front to fight the invader. Joined the Second Temerian army under John Natalis. We were to stop the Black One's advance along the Dol Blathana Mount Carbon line. And we did. For 3 days. Then they smashed us into splinters. Soon after, I heard Radovid was assembling his forces near Novigrad. That he'd promised to fight for a free north. Broke through with the remains of Natalis' army, but...
But
Radovid proved no better than Emir. So I decided I would mount my own fight.
Fair enough. The resistance, as it were.
looking for Horson Jr.
I've heard of him. Though I'm not sure why you think he might be in my camp.
Heard some birds chirping. You've got some of the same friends. Both seem to count Radovid among your allies.
These birds. They're terribly talkative. I'll need to see them. You'll have to point them out.
Mm-hmm. Meantime, Vernon, willing to help or do I need to keep looking?
As always, you've more luck than you deserve. I'm on my way to meet my Redanian contact. We're meeting near Oxenford, at a chess club.
Thanks. Knew I could count on you.
We're not done. We're not done.
One false move, and you could be roaring back.
Oh, did he leave? He's running away?
You trouble me, Greylocks.
Someone get out of the way! Ooh. We're supposed to play Gwent! Darn it! Vernon Roach! Darn you! Curses! Alright, well, we'll stop.
You've been there. So tell me, is it really the fashion among Novigrad wenches to shave their cunning?
I don't know. Alright, everyone. That'll do it for us. Thank you guys for watching. I guess we'll meet Mr. Whatchamacallit by the bridge to Oxenford. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone. And thanks again for watching. It looks like we'll be starting next episode in the storm again.